Welcome back to the channel. The 2025 Benda LFC 700 is not your typical cruiser. It's something of an outlier in the motorcycle world, blending the low-slung DNA of a traditional cruiser with the tech-forward ambition of a sport touring machine. It emerges from China's increasingly bold and innovative motorcycle industry. But make no mistake, this isn't a low-cost copy of a Western model. It's a statement bike. Something that aims to stand on its own in the global spotlight. And as we look closer, it's clear that LFC 700 isn't just about presence. It's about performance, design, and redefining expectations at first glance. The Benda LFC 700 commands attention with its sheer size and aggressive stance. It stretches out with an elongated body and a wheelbase that rivals that of some small cars. The low-profile, drag-style silhouette is unmistakably inspired by power cruisers like the Ducati Diavel or the Yamaha VMAX. But Benda has added its own flavor, most notably with the futuristic, aesthetic touches like the massive 310 section rear tire, a 4-barrel exhaust system that looks straight out of a concept sketch, and a flowing LED light signature that gives it a neo-cyberpunk identity. There's a strong sense of theater in how this bike looks, and that's no accident. The LFC 700 is designed to turn heads before it even starts moving. But fire up the engine, and it quickly becomes more than just a showpiece. The LFC 700 packs a 680cc inline 4-cylinder engine, a rare configuration in this class and segment. That engine is liquid-cooled, DOHC, and fuel-injected, delivering around 94 horsepower at 11,000 RPM and a peak torque of 63 Newton-meters at 8,500 RPM. Those numbers place it in a sweet spot, enough to deliver thrilling acceleration and highway cruising. Comfort, but not so much that it overwhelms riders new to the middleweight cruiser class. The engine note, thanks to that uniquely designed exhaust system, has a raspy high-revving growl. It sounds more like a sport bike than a traditional cruiser, which plays in the Benda's goal of challenging category boundaries. The 6-speed transmission is slick and responsive, geared to balance urban usability with open-road performance. Riding the LFC 700 through traffic, you'll feel the throttle mapping is responsive, but not twitchy, something that makes it feel more premium than you'd expect. The clutch action is light, and though there's no quick shifter on the standard model, gear transitions are smooth and confidence-inspiring. In corners, the LFC 700 doesn't behave like its long and low silhouette might suggest. Thanks to its steel trellis frame and well-tuned suspension upside-down forks in the front and a horizontally mounted rear monoshock, it stays surprisingly composed through tight bends. Sure, it's no lightweight sport bike, but it's more agile than it has any right to be, given its size and stance. Braking is handled by dual front discs with radial-mounted calipers and a single disc at the rear. All governed by ABS, it's a solid confidence-building setup, and the bike's weight distribution allows it to stop hard without drama. What's interesting is that while the Benda LFC 700 feels planted and muscular, it doesn't come across as sluggish. This is a cruiser with attitude, but also with agility. You can push it in corners, cruise in 6 on the highway, or even use it as a daily commuter if you don't mind a little attention. Every time you park. Technology on the 2025 LFC 700 is on par with what you'd expect from a modern middleweight, and maybe a little more. A full-color TFT display takes center stage in the cockpit, offering a clean interface for speed, revs, fuel, trip meters, and ride modes. The switchgear feels solid and well constructed, and the bike features LED lighting all around, including striking daytime running lights that form a kind of futuristic mask up front. Benda has also introduced basic ride assist features, including traction control and 2-rider modes standard and sport. While the electronic suite doesn't rival top-tier European offerings, it covers all the essentials, and the implementation is smooth and non-intrusive. The ergonomics of the LFC 700 are equally worth noting. The seating position places the rider low and stretched out, with forward controls and wide, flat handlebars. It's comfortable for long hauls, though shorter riders may find the reach a bit of a stretch. The saddle is sculpted and supportive, and pillion accommodations are present, though they clearly take a backseat to the solo riding experience. Storage is minimal. This isn't a touring cruiser. But the LFC 700 seems more focused on carving up roads and making a statement than hauling gear. Still, for riders who want more versatility, aftermarket support is beginning to grow, with options for bags, backrests, and windshields slowly becoming available. Now, let's talk pricing. This is where Benda shakes things up. The LFC 700 lands significantly below the price of comparable models from Japan, Europe, or the US. And yet you're not making massive sacrifices in quality or performance. That's the real story here. The fit and finish of the 2025 model have been stepped up, with improved paint quality, better material consistency, and fewer panel gaps compared to earlier versions. It's clear that Benda has been listening to feedback, and they're evolving rapidly. You get a striking, high-performance cruiser with standout, designed for a fraction of what you pay for a similarly equipped Ducati or Triumph. Of course, the brand recognition isn't there yet, at least not outside Asia, and there may be some skepticism about long-term reliability or parts availability. But early reports from riders and reviewers are positive. The bikes are holding up well, and Benda seems committed to expanding its dealer and service network. It's not just about the bike, it's about whether the ecosystem around it will mature. But if this is the trajectory, it's a very promising one. The 2025 LFC 700 is more than just an ambitious motorcycle. It's a glimpse at where the industry might be headed. It proves that emerging manufacturers can bring serious engineering, unique design, and legitimate performance to the table. And they can do it without breaking the bank. For riders who want to stand out, who value form and function in equal measure, and who aren't tied to legacy brands, the Benda LFC 700 is a compelling option. It's also a signal. A signal that the motorcycle world is no longer just a playground for the old guard. There's a new wave coming, one that's faster, bolder, and willing to take risks. And Benda, with the LFC 700, might just be leading that charge. Whether you're a cruiser fan, a sport rider looking for something new, or simply someone who wants a bike that doesn't blend in, this machine deserves a closer look. It's not perfect, but it's fresh, fearless, and undeniably fun. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what the motorcycle world needs right now.